it's interesting, the lack of a degree. You might be able to get into an organization, but you won't advance. So the degree part and the advanced degree is going to put you ahead of other candidates in a certain field if you're in a race to get a job. So I would say the healthcare background is going to be very important, understanding technology, your experience. But what we're finding, especially for executives, advanced degrees are what put people ahead in the hiring business, because more executives have MBAs and advanced degrees, and they want other people on their team with advanced degrees. And so it's important that if you get in without a degree, go back to school and finish that degree. Make sure your degree is from an accredited university, because there's a lot of for-profits out there that, so be careful of that. Your experience is going to count, but that it's all important for a degree from an accredited college or university, and look forward going to an advanced degree.
Rachel, Carter?
I'll jump in. Are employers looking for experience? Yes. I mean, but the great news is, and I'm not telling you guys anything that you don't know, this is a time in this industry where there is so much demand for people that are interested in doing what we're doing here, all the companies that are doing at HIMSS. And so if you're coming and you're going to get an opportunity to present yourself and all those skill sets that we talked about just now, if you bring that to bear, you are going to get opportunities in this industry. So we'll just leave it at that.
And I would say from the consulting side, the experience is something that most folks will look for. The vendor side is one place that offers a lot of entry-level opportunities, and it's how I made my jump from college to where I am now. And I found, this is specific to Epic, and I'm sure it's true of others, I found that they were looking for folks who can communicate and think outside of the box. You can teach a technology to someone, we can all learn programs, but you can't teach how to think about process, and you can't teach how to work with people, and how to do follow-up, and how to think in certain ways. And those are skills that you learn you get through a variety of degrees, and I think it puts you, like Bonnie mentioned, puts you a step ahead when you already understand the industry that you're working in, and you're not fumbling around with keywords, and you have an idea of what the business is. It really puts you ahead. One thing that a lot of my customers have done, mostly for acute hospital facilities, is they have actually engaged students from local universities to assist with go-live support. So in some cases, they brought them in advance to help test the system, maybe be involved in training, and they were kind of a super user to physicians at the elbow. And in a couple of cases, that's resulted in a job for those folks where they saw potential in someone who picked up a system really quick, and then when they needed an analyst opening, that's the first person that they thought of. So that would be another creative way as you're looking at internships or ways to get involved, or if you have relationships with hospitals near your area that I've seen be a really successful in that might not have otherwise existed.
If I could just add something here too, one of the things that we do in our undergraduate and post-bac level programs to get people a bit of experience is to require a practical experience as part of the program. So all of our students do a 160-hour practicum with a client or with a hospital or with some facility to get some kind of practical experience, and that is something they can put on their resume, and it seems to go, very far, very helpful in what they're doing. So, you do need the best of both worlds. I think coming out just with theory doesn't cut it. So we try to provide a little bit of practical experience so that you have something when you're coming out.
Okay.
I'll just add one thing. For the type of consulting I do, if you don't have 10, 20 years of consulting, forget it. But for the type of consulting I started in, which was with one of the big accounting firms who had a consulting practice, who's no longer around, Arthur Andersen, but their consulting arm is around in Accenture. They still like to hire a lot of people right out of advanced degree programs. And if you have what they consider to be the right stuff, they'll take you in on those degree credentials and the personal credentials, during interviews. And there aren't a lot of those companies left, but they're worth finding and targeting when you're in your job search.
To mention things that haven't been said, although most of it has been covered, as Carter mentioned, there are some positions that just require certain experience. But having said that, I think at an entry level, the degree really helps, without a doubt. I think depending on where or how you want your career to progress, when you get more into senior level, what I call individual contributor roles or middle level management, I think you have to have that experience. And in some cases do have to have the degree. But as Bonnie mentioned, you will get to a certain point in most provider organizations where you absolutely have to have an advanced degree, many more times than not.